What's good, Couch Gang? You already know who it is, Mr. Palmer, aka Boss Daddy, and we got to talk about this situation right here. Now take a look at this black woman right here. She is the executive director of Marker Park District. Now that's located in the south suburbs. And the field or the park is called Rosner Park. Now what she decided to do on May 8th, on a Friday, she decided to go all out for her daughter, who was a senior graduating. She was going on prom. She spent money on a nice prom dress. And what she decided to do was pay for a helicopter to come down at the park and pick her up and fly her somewhere, wherever the before she go on prom. But when the helicopter came, they was met with the police. Who gave you the authority to come here? And, the pilot said, hey, Ms. Brown, here's the paperwork. You know what I'm saying? And what basically ended up happening, she got a ticket, the pilot got a ticket, it hit the news, and that's not all. The $800 that she got, or that she used to get this for her prom, it was from taxpayers' money. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. This motherfucker spent using a company card to pay for her daughter's prom. But yet, her and another motherfucker talking about some, I don't see the big deal. And everybody's been calling that out. The public, even the mayor, and law enforcement. Now let's look at the first news clip as they first talk about the situation at hand when the police confront the pilot, and you'll hear from Ms. Brown. Check it out.
Well, a mom's over-the-top chopper stunt for her daughter has sparked a controversy in the south suburbs.
The mother behind it all is the chief of the Markham Park District. She doesn't understand what the fuss is all about. WGN's Patrick Elwood shows you what the fuss is all about.
Is there any communication between the city and here about the aircraft?
It was intended to be a pre-prom gathering like no other. Here in Markham at Rosner Park, a park district executive arranged to have a chopper land for a one-of-a-kind prom photo op for her daughter.
Are there any type of FAA regulations or anything like that?
But within moments after the helicopter landed, Markham police intervened and shut it all down. The young lady was able to get some pics, but the flyover that mom arranged was never allowed to happen. And yes, mom, Quintina Brown, says to some it may seem excessive, but to her as a mother, that's exactly what it was supposed to be. An over-the-top, once-in-a-lifetime experience. And if you want to know, she says it cost about $800.
And she was graduating and this was going to be a memorable experience. I just wanted to be able to provide that for her. I didn't think that it was going to blow up as much as it did, Sally, but I'm glad she was happy. She was able to do her photo shoot with the unexpected turn of events that had transpired and unfortunately went viral.
I was a little sad and disappointed because I didn't know that there was an issue with it being out here.
The Park District Board Commissioner, Kenneth Muldrow, agrees with Quintina. Your contention is there's nothing on the books that would prevent her or prevent this thing from happening. Is that correct?
That is definitely correct. Absolutely not. There's nothing on the books that would prevent this from happening.
So you're okay with all of that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it was her send-off.
So what do you think about that, Couch Gang? So dude say he don't see what the big deal is. No problem. It's just a send-off for prom. But here's the problem. If you want to use a helicopter and, come down to the park, that's one thing. You take the chance of any violations or not doing the protocol. But here's the problem. This motherfucker used a company card. She didn't pay out of pocket. And the director for the city makes decent money, make good money. And you couldn't use your own? Well, let's watch this news clip about her using taxpayers' money. The out of here.
There is split reaction about this prom helicopter stunt. Some say no one was harmed, so what's the problem? Others, including city leaders, insisting that the park director crossed the line for a photo op for her daughter. A photo shoot, at least the deposit we now know was charged with a credit card that taxpayers pay for. Less than a week after this helicopter landed at the Markham Park, catching many by surprise, this prom stunt for the park director's daughter is now political. Here's what Quintina Brown told officers.
I got it okay with the park, or I didn't just, what's going on with the city.
Yet city leaders never authorized the landing in the public park where children were playing.
Did they say you can land a helicopter?
I have the landing permission, I can bring it over.
The pilot had a notice signed by the park director herself. The company later handed over this invoice to the city attorney. The receipt raises much bigger questions. The bill was for a minimum of $800 for an hour. At the bottom, there's a credit card number linked to Brown. She named Markham Parks as the company and even used the address of the field house and provided her signature on a taxpayer-funded credit card.
Now, before we continue, you see that she signed her name and put it under the Markham Park District. They paying for it. We, taxpayers, are paying for it. And yet, they talking about what's the big deal? I don't see nothing wrong. It's a lot wrong with this. A lot. Use your motherfucking money. Why are you using taxpayers' money? Well, let's continue.
The plot thickens, as they say.
The city attorney says there's no way Brown accidentally entered all that information. In fact, he spoke to the helicopter company.
They told me that the deposit was charged to the card, and they have not been successful in getting the remaining $800 off the card for whatever reason.
Using the Park District credit card either to pay or hold the reservation is why Markham's mayor says residents should be concerned.
Why wouldn't somebody question that?
In fact, the city started questioning spending at the Park District and its board in the fall of 2025. CBS Chicago reported when Brown was first caught on body cam, getting served with an injunction. Leaders allege Brown and the park board were not paying bills and left most parks with broken equipment and deplorable conditions.
They've been landing helicopters in different ways over there.
And remember that invoice? There's a line which says every additional 6 minutes over the hour would be $80. We're told police grounded that chopper for at least 3 hours. Now the big question, who will pay for the extra minutes? Not to mention the original $800. Keep in mind, that contract is under the name of the Markham Park District. We did reach out to Brown. She did not get back to me tonight.
So I want you to understand, Cows Gang, that Ms. Brown and the Park District got a history of doing shit when it comes to the company card. And last year, she was subpoenaed on injunction. So not doing what you're supposed to do with the budget, but you went above and beyond to use the city's budget for your daughter's prom. And now the company for the helicopter saying, we ain't got our money, who gonna pay for it? Ms. Brown should pay for it. And to be honest with you, she definitely should be reprimanded. Now, I don't know, I ain't gonna say she should get fired, but then again, sometimes you gotta learn the hard way. And that also opened up the door of what else you been paying on and what other people up on under the Markham Park District's budget. Who else you been looking out for and paying and take care of? Because I see from what the news say, you don't wanna pay for the should be repaired for the Park District. What do y'all think about this, Cows Gang? Because now this has turned political. It's one thing to use the helicopter and stuff like that, and you paying out of your pocket, and you go through, the regulations and you get penalized. But now you using company card, but saying you don't know what the big deal is, and your simp enforcer that backing you up to he don't know what the big deal is. Well, just know that the Markham attorney is on her heels, the mayor is against it also, and taxpayers is pissed off about it as well. So what do you think about this, Cows Gang? Do you think it's a misunderstanding? Maybe she's gonna pay for it later? Do you think this is something that she always been doing, using the budget, to get over and buy other people and look out for them? Do you think that she should be fired? Do you think that, hey, let somebody else take over the position? What do you think about this, Cows Gang? Well, you already know what I wanna know. When it comes to this lovely mother, Cortina Brown, trying to look out for her daughter, spending taxpayers' money to make her daughter have a memorable prom send-off, I got to know, is she a victim or volunteer? And when it comes to taxpayers whose money is going to somebody else getting proms and helicopters, I also gotta know, is they a victim or volunteer?